If you're tuning in right now this morning, as you know, maybe you don't know, I am on holiday, meaning I'm on vacation. I'm not working. I stopped working in June and I'm not working again until September. Because your sister is tired. And when I mean tired, I mean so tired. And so I'm not working. I'm just being intentionally unproductive, which of course means that my mind is just my mind is so correct. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a conversation I had yesterday. So yesterday I was just running around, and then I went to this cafe and I bumped into this man that I bumped into maybe like 6 years ago when I was pregnant. I bumped into him in this hotel in Accra, and he was staying at the hotel for like a year, just working here. He was in from another country. He's Ghanaian, but he lived overseas, and he had come home. And so we were just talking, and at the time he was about to get married. And we talked about that. We talked about a lot of things. It was just like a really, like when you meet person when I just talk, it just good. You're like, I love people, that kind of openness, whatever. So we had that conversation. And then I saw him again, maybe 3 years later, again, bumped into him randomly at another cafe in Accra, and sat next to him. Again, we talked. Great conversation. Yeah. So I go into this cafe today, another random cafe. I have my mask on, and he's like, from Sierra Leone, right? And I'm like, yes, how do you know? And he was like, I know you. Give me a minute. And he's like, and I take up my mask. He was like, yes, Vickie. And he took out, and I was like, oh my God, yes. Anyways, he offers to buy me breakfast. We sit down and we start talking. It turns out it becomes this like 3-hour conversation. And he was like, and we were talking, and he's like, oh, I have 2 kids now. And I'm like, oh my God, that's great. And we talk about family. And I was like, you were getting married, right? And he was like, oh, yeah, that last marriage lasted 6 months. And he was now married with 2 kids, and it was fine. And we were just talking, and I was telling him about my son, and we were just talking about life and work and business in general, Brexit, racism, like everything. Again, a reminder of why the first time I met him, we had such great conversation. Like, it just like easy free flow. Great listener, great conversationalist. And then at some point he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He asked me if I'm married. And I said, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to get married. And he was like, oh, why not? And I was like, well, I don't want to suffer. And he was like, oh, come on, I hear you, but, it's really not like that. Like, why does it have to be suffering? And I'm like, okay, what do you have to say about it? You're married. And he was like, well, marriage, it works. Marriage is about 2 people bending towards each other, right? And he's like, both people can't stand in the marriage. You have to kind of like bend like that, and that's how it works. And I was like, I actually really agree with you. I think that that's very, very accurate. I think for relationships in general, marriage or not, like both people have to like, I was like, oh my God, you're so right. And I was like, but here's what I have to offer in this. I said, the reason why I would suffer in a marriage is because on this African continent, 99.9% of African men have been raised since birth to feel entitled because of their gender. I'm going to say that again. 99.9% of the men on this continent, when they were born and they came out as male, there was a big celebration, and their entire lives families have been treating them like they are special because they're a man. So they've grown up feeling entitled because of their gender. Like, I'm a man, so I'm allowed. I'm a man, so this. And you're a woman, yes, but me, I'm a man. I've actually been in a relationship where a man said to me, and we were having a disagreement, and he said, Vickie, you not woman, but me na man. And I said, exactly. You're a man, and I'm a woman. And in that short exchange, I knew the relationship was over, because if I'm in a relationship where my partner has to tell me that he's a man, which actually what he was saying was, you're a woman, but I'm a man, so I'm allowed. Whatever it is, he's allowed because he's a man. And that is a consistent thread. I'm not saying that all African men are like this. I'm just saying that the majority have been raised to feel special because they're male. And they feel entitled. The problem is, I also feel entitled. You see the problem. You see the problem. You see the problem. You see the problem. Me self. When them born me, then treat me special because me na girl pikin. I don't know if that's the same for other people, but me, I have lived all these years feeling special because I am female. I have lived all these years feeling like divine because I am feminine. I have lived my entire life believing that I am a blessing on this earth, in this body, in this spirit, in this soul. Imagine me, my entitled self, feeling special. That I am a blessing. Come enter marriage with man who too is feeling special that he's a man. We are just looking at ourselves. Who is going to do the bending? No one will be bending unless we are both bending. That is the thing. We are both special. We are both human. We are both entitled. Everything you're entitled to come home from work and have your dinner at the table and everything nice and comfortable, and you want peace of mind. You want to feel loved and appreciated. Me too. I am incredibly special. So if I'm coming into a relationship where the man is feeling like I have to treat them with a certain kind of entitlement because of their gender, it is not going to work. I am going to suffer. I am going to suffer. I am just going to suffer. And he's going to be unhappy because he's going to have these expectations that he should have exemptions. You know, when they have like tax exemptions, that he should have exemptions because of his gender. And I'm going to be looking at him like, excuse me, sir? Excuse me? Do you know who I am? All of this? Do you know who I am? So yeah, it's not that I don't feel like this is... Yes, actually, I will say, in my life, I've been in 2 relationships with men who treated me like I was human, who did not behave, African men, who did not behave like they were entitled. So it is possible, it is out there. But the majority have been raised to feel entitled by their mothers, their sisters, their aunties. And when they look at their fathers have also been entitled. They want to come and replicate the same dynamics that their relationships, if their parents were together, that their parents had. Their father was probably entitled in that relationship. Their grandfather, their grandfather was also entitled in that relationship. So they want to come and replicate that idea of marriage with me. I cannot. It's not possible. I cannot. It's just like I will suffer. So there's no reason for it to happen. So that's really what it is. It's that, do I love men? Absolutely. Do I love African men? Yes. The ones I have loved, they know I know. Yes. All of it. But let me tell, look at this one. You need to put your pride down. This is my point exactly. This is my point. Why should I have to put my pride down? A whole me, a whole human being puts myself down for what? And that's exactly my point. That there's this expectation that because you're a woman, you have to put yourself down. If your sense of manhood and masculinity and your idea or identity as a husband and a father is one where the woman has to put herself down to allow you to elevate, we are going to suffer here. We go suffer. You go suffer. You should. No, it's not pride. It's not pride. This is the thing. Both people have to bend. That is what you are missing. Both people have to bend towards each other, right? When you hold your hand like this, we are bending towards each other, both of us. If you as the man have to be like this and I have to be like that, this is dehumanizing to me. If this has to be me in the marriage for it to work, it is dehumanizing. Like this, we are bending towards each other. Actually, I will even go as far to say this. I am not for marriage equality. No, sir. I don't want equality in my marriage. And that's also something that people get wrong. A man and a woman, right? Coming into a relationship, it's not about equality. It is about equity. Already as a human being, as a woman, coming into a relationship, I have been living in a world where women have been told they were less. I've been paid less for the same work. I've been mistreated, sexually abused, sexually harassed. There are all these glass ceilings on me for me to achieve my life's goals and aspirations. When I come into this relationship, I don't want equality. I want equity. I need a partner who's going to understand that living as a woman, right, in our society comes with an added weight and burden that him as a man does not have. So in fact, when I enter the relationship, you should be like, babe, you have suffered in this world as a woman. Our women are suffering. Babe, like, you should never suffer again. I never want suffering for you because this world is sufferness enough for our women. I don't want you to suffer. Instead, after all the suffering of life, all the suffer that women suffer in this world, you married again. Come, I should be bending. Now come on top of me. So, yeah. This is why people look at me out there like, this. All of this. Like, but look, like, there are people who tell me that I am wasting because I'm not married. Like, Vickie, look where you find. Look where you find. You the waste, Vickie. You the waste. You're wasting. Why? Because I'm not married. I'm wasting. Because in their mind, my existence is not as a human being. It's as a potential wife. So if I'm not married, I am wasting. If I'm not married to some people, I have like not met my life's purpose. Because my life's purpose is to be somebody's wife. The way they ask people and say, you're too fine for laying not married. This is that. Ow. This is annoying. What is this? You know, married? Was it not man not the way they enjoy all of this? Why? This is a travesty. Can you imagine? What will I be doing if I'll not be married? That's such an odd question. What would I do if I'm not being married? Have you seen what I've done already? What kind of crazy? If you're not married, what would you do? I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. What would I do if I'm not married? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What would I do? Oh, if I'm not married, what would I do? I live. Somebody said to me recently, a man, he was like, oh, you know, Vickie, you should be in a relationship. I'm really interested in you. You know, I just want to love you. You should be loved and cherished and all of this, da, da, da. And I'm like, but what makes you think that because I'm not in a romantic relationship, I don't feel loved and cherished and appreciated? I do. I have so much. The thing is, I have so much love in my life. I have so much love in my life. I have incredible friends. I have incredible family. It's actually overwhelming. Like, I'm so loved and so valued. Really, I'm so blessed. I don't even have the words. Like, I feel fulfilled. I do not feel I'm not having sex. Yes, I'm not having sex. Oh my god. That's another conversation. Yes, okay, there's that. I'm not having mind-blowing sex, yes. Which, you know, when I am in a relationship, like the last relationship, I haven't been in a relationship for like a year and a half. I was in a relationship for 2 years and then we broke up. Have been single for like a year and a half. And so yeah, I'm not having mind-blowing sex. Which is sad. That is a problem. So, but I'm about to go on vacation. I'm kidding. This is not about sex. But the point I'm trying to make is that I do believe that partnership is really, really a beautiful thing. When two people have a spiritual connection, that it almost feels like the universe spit the both of you out and kind of aligned you for each other. It is an incredible, incredible thing because it feels like the relationship itself is a sacred place and you honor each other in everything that you do. And I have had that kind of relationship. And it doesn't mean that that kind of relationship doesn't end either, right? It can end. Things like there are so many other things that can happen around two people. Timing, so many other things. But the point I'm trying to make is that, like, on this continent, a lot of women are married and they suffer. The majority of women who are married suffer. A lot of women. And the reason is because they're expected to give everything and always because they're wives, and reduce themselves, lose themselves, not pursue their own dreams, not like live fully because you're a woman, while the men are allowed because they're entitled. And so long as that's the prevailing dynamic, and the majority of men feel this sense of entitlement because they're men because of their gender. Yeah, I may never marry because I don't know how to suffer. I don't know how to endure any place where I do not wake up every day feeling fully appreciated as a human being, not as a wife or a mother, as a human being. I can't do that. I can't. Like, that's me. I'm not saying other people shouldn't. I'm just saying this is me. So if you've ever wondered, because clearly my friend, he was like, why? That's my truth. And thankfully, I already have land. Already got buildings in my name. So, I ain't got to worry about nothing really, you know? About to inherit in like 20, 30 years whenever my parents die. I have my inheritance. I have a rambunctious, all up in my business child. Who just came into my room, which means this video has to end because, you know, I'm talking to ladies and gentlemen in the video. This one, on the phone. Yeah. Anyways. It's very boring? Okay. Well. Anyways. Are we gonna watch a movie? What are you doing?
I want to watch a movie.
Which movie you want to watch?
I want to watch Paddington.
You want to watch what?
Paddington, yeah,
Paddington, episode 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. We'll do that. All right. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay. Bye. We got to watch a movie. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're about to watch a movie. Have you brushed your teeth? Let me smell.
I